But for me, it's kind of like fulfilling that not only am I still singing, but I'm about to have my bachelor's degree in communications and radio and television, in management, and then I'm still doing everything that I wanted to do in life. So I'm super happy and like proud of myself for that, and I just want my son to see that this is all for him. So
My name is Venessa. I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I auditioned today because I am going to be the next American Idol.
other than this, oh, mom.
What is? Yeah, what is that?
Oh, that was my high school thing.
That's not
Very good at
everything.
speeches.
Pulls
And
out everything.
I know, my mom, she put it on display too.
and violin. What is this?
Oh, that was from my orchestra.
Orchestra. To get that. I'm there. Take a picture of that.
This is Zayden. He was actually like 2 years old here, and we went to SeaWorld.
This is when she did a MC for a beauty Miss Florida beauty pageant. And this is the one that she did speech in her school and she won the first prize.
I started singing, I would say, when I was 5 years old. My mom was the one that actually got me starting to sing. I would actually watch her sing karaoke at home.
Well, I know Vanessa will be a singer because I remember one day I was singing and she came to me and she told me, "Mom, you're not singing it right," which is the song Dancing Queen. And I said, "What? How you know that I'm not singing it right?" Do you know how to sing it? And then that's the day, the first time that I heard her sing Dancing Queen.
When I was 16 years old, my mom kind of dragged me to Disney World because there was this new thing out there called the Disney American Idol experience. And so I was actually the first winner of that Disney American Idol experience. I think I actually sang Power of Love by Celine Dion. And they brought me to this main stage. There were Disney World visitors there. And so I sang and I won, and all this confetti came down. They're like, "You're the first ever winner of Disney World's American Idol experience. You get a golden ticket to audition for the actual American Idol." So here I was, 16 years old, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to actually audition for American Idol. And I didn't have to wait in any lines. I didn't have to wait with the thousands of people trying to audition for the show. So when I did, I was actually in North Carolina, is where I auditioned. I sang One Moment in Time by Whitney Houston. That was my audition song in front of the celebrity judges. So when I auditioned for the judges, it was Keith Urban, Randy Jackson, Mariah Carey, and Nicki Minaj. So I was kind of freaked out because these are like some of my like idols right in front of me, especially Mariah. And here I go singing a Whitney Houston song. So I sang the song. I was like literally shaking because I was so nervous. There's like cameras all in my face. My idol of all time, Mariah Carey, is right in front of me. So I actually got Mariah to start crying while I was singing the song. And they had to cut because she couldn't like compose herself. And they ended up asking her, like, "What's up? Like, are you okay, Mariah?" She's like, "That song is just very close to me because Whitney Houston was one of my good friends." So all of the judges gave me a yes. And I went to Hollywood.
Oh, it's a good experience for me because I had a chance to ride with Ryan Seacrest at the racetrack. We were 4 moms inside that racetrack car, and we were all screaming because he was driving 100 miles an hour.
So when I was at Hollywood Week on American Idol, I made it past the solo rounds, and then we entered onto the group auditions. So they put everybody into groups of 4 or 5, and everybody had to learn this specific list. You pick from the list, and you sing your song, and they will judge you from there. It was really nerve-wracking for me to be there because they didn't give you any time to sleep before you started the group auditions. So you had to learn the song in a few hours and then be prepared to audition it with choreography and harmonies and everything with literally no sleep. When our group started our audition song, you can see Nicki Minaj kind of rolling her eyes at us. And when we were done, she told us, "Oh my God, that was so horrible. I felt like I was watching a fifth grade talent show." So, long story short, nobody in my group made it, and I got sent home. And little did I know at that time I was pregnant with my son anyway.
A Filipino-American fiesta singer in Orlando, Florida is now on her way to becoming a star in the Philippines. Don Tagala introduces us to Venessa, one of the ABS-CBN Star Music's latest recording artists.
Before I started with Love Struck Robot, I actually had the chance to go to the Philippines and kind of have my own little singing career over there. I was actually asked to be a part of a Filipino singing contest in Orlando, and the winner would get the chance to fly to the Philippines and work with a record label over there.
We help you welcome on stage the spectacular Tawag ng Tangalan champion, our one and only Venessa Q.
Hello, everybody.
So I was really excited. A lot of people in the Filipino community were pushing me to audition for this contest. So I gave it a shot, and I actually won second place in this contest. But the judges, they actually liked me better than the first place winner. So they asked me to fly to the Philippines anyway and work with the record label anyway. So I was really lucky to get jetted on over to the Philippines to at least like start this career that I never thought would be possible, because if you're a Filipino American going to the Philippines trying to sing, that's like a huge thing. So I started singing as a guest for this, I don't know, this party for the radio station that they were having. And the president of ABS-CBN, which is the biggest TV network in the Philippines, she happened to be there, and she heard me sing my song and asked her executives from Star Music, which is the biggest record label in the Philippines. She personally asked Star Music to work with me and kind of grew me in the Philippines to have this huge career there. So I was flying back and forth to the Philippines working as an artist. I was recording songs with big Filipino singers. I have this duet with this big guy. His name is Jed Medela, and that was set to be released. I had a lot of photo shoots going, a lot of meet and greets with fans over there. But it came to the point where they told me that I would have had to have lived there for 4 or 5 plus more years in order to make it in the industry as one of these big name artists. And for me, as a young mom, I wanted to go there for the opportunity, but at the same time, it's a very different life in the Philippines than it is here in America, where we're spoiled with everything, air conditioned, running hot and cold water. Like that kind of stuff doesn't exist for people so easily like that in the Philippines. So my thought was, I want to make a better life for my son, but I don't want to do that if it means that we're going to be having a hard life in the Philippines. Even if I'm working there as a singer, they don't provide you with everything. You still have to work. You still have to find an apartment and find all the funding to live in that apartment. So I ultimately decided that I wanted to move back to Florida and stay here and not take that opportunity in the Philippines. But in the long run, I felt like that was the best choice for me and my family, because just things happen one step after another that I feel blessed now to say that I'm doing this now in my life. So I feel good about it. I'd say one of the biggest influencers in my life had to be my dad. My dad passed away in 2017. He was already 80 years old when he passed away, and it was kind of really hard on me and my whole family because before then he was going through a lot health-wise. He had Alzheimer's, dementia. Seeing my dad go from like the sharpest person that I know to, you know, he barely remembered who I was sometimes. My mom and my brothers and myself, we all did our best to take care of my dad as best as we can. And he always, like, I was his baby girl, like I was his only girl. So losing him was kind of like, sorry, losing my dad was kind of like losing a part of me because he was just like always there for me. Like, oh my God. Like he was like literally like my best friend. And he never had anything bad to say. Like he was a jokester. And like he gave us all like our sense of humor because he was just so funny. And seeing him go through such hard times, it really, you know, hurt our family. I would say the last few months that he was alive, he ended up having like a stroke in the hospital. And from there, the stroke made him go into a coma. And we tried to, you know, fight with him as long as we could. But after a certain point, we felt like, you know, we didn't want him to suffer anymore. And they transferred him to hospice. And then he passed away shortly after. I would say that's like probably the hardest thing is like losing my dad because him and I were so close. And before he passed away, he visited me in my dream. I had a dream that I was in the hospital and I was looking for him in my dream. And I don't know what happened, but I went into like a hospital room and he was there like sitting up. And he was young, like from when I knew him growing up, not from like as I knew him when he started getting sick. He was like the young, vibrant dad that I knew. And all he said was, "There she is." And then he said, "Venessa, I love you." And then soon after that, he passed away. And, oh, God, I'm so sorry. And, he was buried at the National Museum in Cape Canaveral. It's where they, all the veterans, where they, you know, bury them. So we visit him often. And I always just tell him, like, thank you for being there for me. Thank you for taking care of my family. He's the reason that my family are here in America. Like, he provided a good life for us to live our dreams. So I'm forever grateful for him.
Well, I'm so proud of her because she's about to graduate soon, this coming December, and I'm really, really proud of that, especially his dad. No, so sorry. Because his dad dream is at least one of his kids will finish, you know, will get some like a degree, and that's Venessa. And it's too bad that his dad won't see her graduate. And I'm so proud of that. Especially she's in UCF right now, and I know UCF is the best, you know. So, I thank you, Venessa, for working hard for your future. Everybody's so proud of you, baby.
I love you, Mom.
And